Thank you all so much for tuning in to another episode of Connect. I can't believe we've made like over 100 of these. It's crazy. So yeah, in true fashion, we're going to keep great guests coming on, and today's no exception. We have Guy Juzang.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being here.
It's my pleasure.
It was really cool to get to talk with you yesterday. You know, we do a pre-interview so we can make sure this content is as concise and compelling as possible. And I was so blown away by everything that you've accomplished in your time here on this planet.
Thank you.
So can you share with everybody watching, because now they're like, okay, well, tell me, why are you so amazing?
Well, I've really been blessed. I grew up in a military family. My dad was career Air Force, and my mother was an educator. And so being in the Air Force, a millie brat, I traveled all over the world and Europe and so forth, and grew up with jets flying overhead, you know, on the Air Force bases. Mm-hmm. Didn't know that one day I would find an aerospace engineering firm and champion it to the #1 company in all of America, small business that is, for developing the operating system of the F-22 fighter jet, mainly here in Marietta, Georgia.
Wow,
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Yes, it is.
And did you always know that that was going to be your path, or had you always gravitated towards that field, or?
No, it was like someone grabbed me by the hand and led me on the way. I didn't have a clue. Actually, I was more, I knew I had a social skill, mm-hmm. but so I had an undergraduate of sociology,
okay.
and a little math minor, and then I got an MBA, mm-hmm. and then I went to IBM as a systems engineer, and that was the real turning point for me, because I wasn't pursuing computers,
right?
But for the future I was going to have, mm-hmm. it required computers. So 100%. Being a systems engineer and then going to digital equipment prepared me for the aerospace engineering defense firm that we eventually had.
Wow. What are some of the most memorable projects that you've worked on? If you can disclose.
Oh.
You might not, it might be confidential. I get
that.
No,
it's not anymore. And we can talk about the unclassified areas anyhow, but I would say there are 4 aerospace weapon systems, fighter jets, Apache helicopter, today as we sit, that are supporting America in South Korea and Afghanistan, that we either developed the operating system for, or we had a hand in modifying the operating system for. And the 2 key ones are the F-22 fighter jet. It took 17 years to develop the operating system, millions of lines of code.
Wow.
And the Apache helicopter, we had the awesome honor of developing the architecture onto which the programmers developed the first digital operating system for the Apache helicopter for the Army.
Amazing. That's amazing.
Thank
really
you.
Cool. Just to be sitting next to, you know, and in the presence of your beautiful wife off camera, who
Thank you.
has been a part of this journey as well.
Thank you, Titania, for the opportunity to speak with you today.
Yeah, and so y'all are working on something completely different but related.
Yes.
And we're here to promote the heck out of it.
Thank you. Yeah. For that. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us.
So didn't know it at the time when we sold our company about 5 years ago, but I was actually hanging up some of the awards. Senator John Kerry flew the flag over the Capitol, so I was hanging up the flag on the wall, and the SBA and Lockheed gave us awards, and we were putting the plaques up on the wall. And it dawned on me, you know, that these experiences and opportunities deserved more than just a wall hanger.
That's right.
And it entered my mind that I want you to do a movie to expound upon these miracles that really happen. So I started writing a book. I sent it to a cousin of mine who has 34 Academy Awards, and he made his children sit down and read the book. And then he called me up and said, Guy, I'm joining your team. We're going to make this a movie.
I love it. I love it.
So a year later, we have the 3rd revision of a script.
Okay.
We have our budget. And now I'm off to market it in Atlanta because I know it's the South's capital of Hollywood, if you will, right here. So I'm off to market it here, looking for a producer, a director, and a financier to get this movie on the big screen as a PG film, feature biopic film, to show especially youth in the STEM area, to motivate them to go into the area of STEM. because there's a lot of positions and opportunities in that area, and we don't have enough individuals going in that field. So first of all, to encourage the younger generation to go into this field and to see the types of things that they can do, especially to support our warfighter and to defend our country, is a great honor.
Well, if you're listening right now and you know, you work for Google or Microsoft or Apple or Facebook, or anyone that has the funds to finance something that supports STEM, diversity in technology, women in technology, you know, your ears should be perking up, and you should reach out to Guy. You can find him on LinkedIn, Guy Juzang, and message him and start to figure out how to collaborate, because I want to see this film.
Yes.
And you know, just as somebody who's in technology but did not go to school for it, I wish I would have known. I wish I would have known the opportunities that were ahead of me had I gone to Georgia Tech or pursued a degree in CS. And I'm so thankful that I am where I am, but
absolutely
could have been somewhere else, you know? So tell us a little bit more about the movie. What is the story?
So interestingly, my wife is a computer science major and a modeling and simulation programmer. And she had a lot to do with us winning the large contracts that we won with Lockheed and the Army and the Air Force and so forth.
Untold stories.
Yes.
Untold stories.
Yes, absolutely. So the storyline starts off actually with, you've heard of the Orion Nebula, right? The constellation?
Yeah.
You know that's where thousands of stars are being birthed. The stars are spewing, and they're colorful stars. They're orange and blue and red. So we start off the movie with the Orion Nebula area spewing out these beautiful stars. And at the end of the movie, we show the same scene, but this time we show the Orion spacecraft that we were the first small business to design, engineer, and fabricate simulated parts for the first 3 prototypes. That's the capsule that sits on the new spacecraft that takes the place of the space shuttle. So we'll have the Orion spewing out into the atmosphere, going past the International Space Station to the Orion Nebula, where it's spewing out all these stars. But all in between those two scenes is the storyline. My wife was wanting a man so bad. She was crying out for a man, and she was saying, even if he has to come all the way from California. And that's where I came from. I thought I was coming to Hot Atlanta, is what they called it at the time. I wasn't married yet. But I was hoodwinked into coming to Huntsville, Alabama, where she lived, because she was asking for that man. So that's how the story starts off. We have 4 children. We have some traumatic experiences. I was actually investigated by the FBI, which was a really scary experience.
Oh, that is not fun.
But the reasons were really, I guess you could say, non-consequential, and we got off pretty quickly. And then there was a time where we were going to miss a payroll, and I only knew a guy 3 days, and he invested $500,000 in our company, and I only knew him 3 days. And so experiences like that, a villain employee, I shouldn't give too much of the movie away.
No, but that's good. It's like, you know, when you see a trailer, you got to give a little bit.
Yes, got to get a little bit.
Got to give a little
That's
bit.
right.
So there's science, there's love, there's drama, there's suspense.
Children, babies crying in the background.
Babies crying. And I love that it's PG, so, you know, my 9-year-old son can watch it. I don't have to say earmuffs.
Exactly.
That's important. Wow. And so if people want to rally and support and connect you with any of the people you listed, producers, financiers, and really just anybody who wants to support an initiative like this, the best place to do that is to go to LinkedIn, search for Guy Juzang, and that's Juzang, and we'll post the link to your LinkedIn profile in this description below. Does the movie have a name yet?
It's called First to Orion.
Okay. I like that.
Good.
I do like that.
All right.
First to Orion. Gosh, there's so much I want to ask, but I don't want to spoil, you know, the movie or the story. But can you give us any other nuggets? Like, I mean, let's say I was sitting on a couple mil. I'm not. But if I were, like, what would you tell me to have me cut a check?
Ooh, well.
Tell me what you told me when we were talking yesterday about, Black Panther and what was the other movie?
Hidden Figures.
Hidden Figures.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. That made it real for me.
Right. Well, we as Americans are enamored with space.
Yes.
I mean, NASA has proven that.
Yeah.
And then aerospace, we all fly somewhere. We're all fascinated looking out the window. So this movie has all those ingredients. It has space with the Orion. It has aerospace. It has motivating, youth to go into STEM. It has the villain. It has all of these weapon systems that were developed over the course of time. It's going to be an exciting movie. And another thing is we have a great sound engineer that's joined the team. Ooh. That we're going to have some great music in this movie. My daughters actually sang for some of the generals and the Postis inauguration, and they have a song right now that's going up the charts. Matter of fact, they're number 96 on the Nielsen charts right now. They're going to be in the movie. Great. There's going to be a great movie, there's going to be great scenes, and we're going to do it in 4K, the newest resolution. So we're excited about this movie. It's going places. It's going to have a lot of fans come and see this movie from all over the world.
That's so great. That's so great. What's the minimum amount you need to get started? Like, could we start a Kickstarter campaign or a GoFundMe or?
Yes. Right now, I really need to get the trailer done, finish the script, and paying my script writer and. Getting the social media up and things like that. So I'm just looking for 100,000 right now.
Okay.
My budget is anywhere from 7 to 10 million, which is nothing for a lot of folks here in Atlanta. So come on out and let's join the team.
Just make that out to Guy, Juzang.
And first to Orion.
First to Orion, yeah. So if 1,000 people contribute $100, like, we could,
make it happen.
This could start tomorrow.
Yes.
So you never know. You never know.
I believe.
Cool. Awesome. Well, we're here to support you in any way we can. I cannot wait to read it, see it, help spread the word. Thank you for all that you have done to contribute to our country and to help support STEM and diversity and technology. And just thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Titania, for this opportunity. And you do what you do very well, by the way.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.